Welcome to 1111, which is a segment from my podcast where I talk about a topic for 11 minutes and 11 seconds. First off, I want to say I apologize for not having a Sunday episode last week. I was in the mountains with zero service. I genuinely thought I was going to have service. I did not, so I'm super sorry. I'll still do a Pride episode next Sunday, although, June is over and we're back to being homophobic, so call me crazy. But this topic is actually toxic masculinity, which is something that I feel like I deal with from different forms because me being Mexican, I feel like there's a lot of different uh, people in my life who actually are have been toxic mask for mask. I feel like that's mask for mask is crazy because what do you mean mask for mask? I don't know, buddy. I feel like there's some internalized homophobia. There's some internalized like fat phobia. There's some internalized like femphobia. There's so much to unpack there, buddy. Like when you're just mask for mask, I feel like it's almost like white people who only date white people. I'm sorry. Coming. Anyways, that's not the topic. The topic is toxic masculinity, which I've dealt with my dad, for a while. So obviously, me being Mexican and being raised in a very Mexican household. Okay, you know what I mean. My parents are Mexican, and my dad is obsessed with soccer. He was football. My dad was obsessed with football. He would play football when he was younger. Like, he was in, like, games, tournaments. Like, he was crazy. Like, he was crazy good, right? So he's like, okay, well, I have my younger boy. I'm going to, obviously, I feel like you're gonna make this boy do quote unquote boy things that you want them to do. So like playing soccer, uh, lifting weights, playing with trucks, wearing black and red and blue. I feel like that was very like this is how you raise men type vibe, right? Well, they got a very artsy fartsy kid. So jokes on them. I used to like doodle a lot. I used to draw a lot. I was not into soccer. Like my dad tried to teach me once. I was like, this is not it. Like I don't get the point of this. This is mad boring. Like I do not like this. He would like I would watch it with him sometimes because I'm like, dad and son bonding time. No, it's so boring. I don't get it. I don't care. I couldn't care less about these men sweating and throwing balls. It was hot, but I was like, I don't care. So then I was like, I'm gonna do me because I'm an Aquarius, Scorpio rising, Scorpio moon. Like I genuinely don't even follow, the gender roles at all. Like not gender roles, but I don't follow like boys do this, girls do that. Like I couldn't care less, right? And I had a younger sister, 10 years older than me. So when I was like two, she was 12. So she would still, somewhat play with Barbies a little bit. I would play with them. I loved Barbies. Like, I was like, their hair. I used to do, okay, so I have five sisters. I used to play with all of their hairs. Like, I would brush and brush and brush because they have like beautiful long black, hair. Love. I remember this instance where my brothers, okay, they're very toxic masculine in a way. Um, with me, I guess they didn't want me to be a sissy. They would be like tell my sisters and be like, "Don't let him do your hair," and my sisters would be like, "That's weird," and I would still do it because obviously. But I remember this experience where my mom took us all to Florida to go to like Universal, to go to Disney World, to go to don't kill me, but SeaWorld. I know. It was crazy. I didn't know. I was a baby. I was like 10? I don't know how old I was. I was like 10. Yeah, I was 10 or 11. And my mom planned this whole trip for all of us to go. And I really wanted to go to Disney World because I loved, like, Monsters Inc. was my favorite movie. Like, Monsters Inc., Finding Nemo. They were the movies that I would watch and, like, love because it came out when I was born, and like I would always watch it, and like I went to Disney on Ice and like all those things, right? So I was like, Disney World is like our first stop, like we have to go, right? Well, my brothers are like, that's a place for girls. I was like, I was shocked. I was like, so my mom didn't take me. And I was like, that's very toxic. Like, that's so crazy. Like, what do you mean? Like, what do you actually mean? So, ever since then, I realized that this is toxic and this is not healthy for me. So, I have developed this, like, mentality where whenever someone else is telling me that I can't do this because I'm a quote unquote man, well, I am a, I was assigned male at birth, and I am, I consider myself a cis man, but I don't believe in like men do this and women do that, and like, because I believe we're all born non-binary, and like the government chooses our gender once we grow up, like once we're born, like the government puts us in a binary box, and like, we have to, we grow up with society and like how society views us. That's what I believe in. So I'm like, I can wear skirt, I can wear, not saying only girls wear, not saying only girls wear dresses and skirts, but what I'm saying is things that are usually, designed or usually, related to women or people assigned female at birth or whatever it is, I don't care to wear that. Like I don't care if I want to wear this tomorrow, I will. But I feel like it's been so heavily input in my mind through the religion. First of all, let's get started with how toxic masculinity is big on religion. Like religion is like the biggest toxic masculinized. It's crazy because one, the religion that I grew up in, since I was like a baby, since I can remember, till like last summer, they only allowed men to do the decisions. They only allowed men to rule. They only allowed men to speak. They only allowed men to like make the big decisions. They only allowed men to like run the church. They only allowed men to do everything and anything. I met a priest's wife, and like we went to go have dinner with them. He would literally shut his wife up in the middle of a conversation because he believed that like women are made to like, obey their husband. Sorry if there's a kid outside. Sorry. We live here. And like I was so disgusted by that. I've always been so disgusted by how like men believe that like women are there to just like service them or to just, do what they want, and like, they don't have a value. Because for me, I'm sorry, but like I feel like women are way like I hate to like, be like, oh, we're all equal and like we're like men and women and everything in between. No. Everything in between and women are like superior. Cisgendered straight men, boo, boo. Like no. Like I fully believe that if like every single person who could have babies all teamed up, they would destroy humankind. Because who's gonna have the kids? Exactly. So I feel like these people need to get more respect, right? Anyways, that's not the point. The point is, I grew up with like seeing this in church, and then I would see my brothers being like, they would be like womanizers, and it would be crazy. So I'm like, all right, well, clearly I'm different. And so I grew up with five sisters, my mommy. Like I was like, okay, I need to like make sure my mind is not like tangled in this like mindset of like men are superior and men are the best. No, no, that's crazy. No. And so me having nieces and nephews, I always try to like, whenever I buy them gifts, I always try to make sure it's like very like not like, I feel like with little babies, they're always giving them kitchens and little babies. I'm like, no. With boys, I feel like they're always getting like trucks and like cars. No. I always make sure to give them something like very non-binary, or like something just very like nothing that will make them feel like they have to fall in the stereotype or like into the box of like, this is for you and this is for you. I just really would like to stay out of that because I just don't feel like it's healthy. I would hate to live in a world where like they had an uncle who like was actually able to make sure that they, had the knowledge of like this is actually a very social construct and you actually do not have to follow this and you could actually wear whatever you want. That's why I feel like, ew, I'm sorry, I just spat. That's why I feel like whenever I have kids, I'm going to raise them like not rainbow babies because that sounds crazy to me, but like respect. But I want to raise them to be like very neutral, you know, like you can choose what you want to wear, you know, you can do this, you can do that. I actually really haven't dove into the like topic of rainbow babies, but like I just feel like it's a very like I feel like it's very white. Like rainbow baby sounds crazy. Like I feel like I'm more like neutral baby. Like rainbow sound it's giving Jojo Siwa. I don't want a Jojo Siwa kid. I want a neutral baby. Like a browns and a gray. I feel like that's sexy. But like a rainbow baby sounds crazy. But like I would still, you know, I would never be like, you're Ashley. You're gonna be a baby girl. Like gender reveals are crazy to me. But what I'm trying to get at is toxic masculinity is crazy. Nephews, nieces, whoever's watching this, you can wear, you can be whatever you freaking want. Do not follow in the box that like society tries to put you in because it's not real. It's all made up by straight white men. So you listening, you're gonna be the sexiest, baddest, you know, do whatever you want. Anyways, love you. Bye. Bye, buddy.